On Saturday, Texas A&M edged out a 31-30 victory over South Carolina after a disastrous first half for the Aggies. In response, the Gamecocks have announced they're changing their colors from red and black to just blue. Welcome to the Moonstam Cast. I am Jordan. This is the haven't you done that joke before? To my it's a joke so nice it came twice. Brian, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm feeling a little bit down after the weekend, a little sick. Not because just about every single bet I placed missed, which was awesome. Definitely not the worst weekend of gambling I've ever had in my entire life. But I am a little bit under the weather, and I need to start feeling better before Thursday because we have a Thursday night football game. The Buffalo Bills are coming to town.
Which that'll be fun, I think. I don't know. So we can talk about the Texans a little bit. I don't know if we want to talk about the Texans first or college football first, but the problem with the Texans this season, other than the obvious on the field problems that we can talk about, is that every time the Texans win, I come away as, like, I don't feel happy. I'm just like, wow, we scraped that one away. Like, we scraped past that team, which is sad to say for the Titans, who are not a scrapable team. You should be able to, like, go past them pretty quickly.
Well, we beat them when they came to us. We beat them 26-0. We pitched a shutout, dude.
Yeah.
Like, on the road, backup quarterback. We're happy that we got a win. That's all we should say.
Yeah, I mean, again, a win, a W is a W, especially in the hunt right now. The Chiefs have also lost the game against the Broncos, which again we will get to, which means the playoff chances for the Texans look better. It just feels weird where it's like, yeah, they're a playoff team maybe, but at the same time, even though it is a backup quarterback, but at the same time, it's not like CJ Stroud was setting the world on fire. He had glimpses here and there. It's not like he was a dud. He wasn't a Shadur Sanders. At the same time, I know I had
Ooh, you're poking the bear, man.
I'm sorry. I watched the play happening. I watched what happened on the field.
4 for 16, right?
Something crazy like that, plus the interception, plus just look at, Shadur Sanders does the thing that we hate CJ Stroud for, which is gets the ball and sees pressure and decides, let's run 15 yards back and hope for the best. And honestly, the best, unless you're Johnny Manziel at Texas A&M, who is like the godfather of, hey, the pocket collapses, I'm going to do amazing stuff. Don't do that, especially in the NFL, where all those guys are the best guys from their college teams and also consummate professionals. Other than every once in a while, there's not. But if they're coming at you, just throw it away. Do something with it. Don't let it come to you. But yeah, I don't know how to feel.
I mean, the Texans kind of make me feel like how I felt about the Astros this year. It's just like, we're winning games, I guess, but we don't look good. Like, Nico Collins looks great. The defense, hold on, timeout. This is all about the offense. All about the offense. The defense is incredible. I love the defense. I think we're still the number one scoring defense in the National Football League, but the offense, man, we win games but you're not looking at it being like, yeah, this is a well-oiled machine. We're looking at it like, how the hell did we scrape by?
We win despite Nick Caley's existence. We win despite the fact that even like Slowick, I mean, for the past 2 or 3 seasons, and maybe it should be the Houston curse right now. Houston sold its soul for a World Series, where the Texans, the Astros, the University of Houston basketball is a different story. We can talk about that a little bit later. They all, I mean, not the Rockets either, but I don't know. We'll not include them. You have to be deep into your season maybe for this, where it's like you're winning games, but at no point do I feel like you're a team who could win everything. The Rockets, different story, but it's a weird feeling. I don't know if I like it, but yeah, the Texans are just, the defense slaps still. I don't like that they gave up 13 to the Titans. At the same time, it's on the road. It happens.
Only giving up 13 points on the road is, I will take that every single.
Yeah.
Every single.
No matter what the team is, I will take that every single game. It's the offense where it doesn't, like, the offense actively doesn't want to score. They're like a guy with a horrible pickup line in a bar. Doesn't want to score, despite the fact they really want to, despite themselves. So we've gone through the schedule. W's are possible. W's are coming. We had that stretch with the Cardinals and the Raiders. Even if the Bills play really well and they kind of thump us like they maybe have, but again, I don't know. We'll talk about the Bills on Thursday. Actually, no, I'll be up at this. We probably talk about it today.
So, quick question.
Yes.
Oh, wow. We got to talk about how we're going to record on Thursday because I'll be in a parking lot.
We'll discuss that after. That's okay, schematics.
Sorry. That's for later. Let's logistics. So, speaking of Thursday, do you think CJ Stroud plays on Thursday? Now, before you speak, I'm saying, do you think, not do you want? Because I'm not really saying this, but it is just fun to poke the beehive sometimes. We are 2-0 with Davis Mills. I would, if the Bills play like they did against the Buccaneers, we might be screwed because our defense will probably hold them to like 24 points, but then we're depending on our offense to score 24 points, more than 24 points, which is not great or a guarantee in any way, shape, or form. So if we do think we're going to lose this game, do you put CJ Stroud out there? Do you risk him, or do you want to make sure that he comes back? And then you just kind of throw Davis Mills and be like, hey, he's 2-0. Maybe this magic continues when we get 3-0. But I think this might actually be an L either way. If the Bills show up like they did against the Buccaneers, they could beat anyone. They'll just outpace anyone. Josh Allen will destroy anyone. Three throwing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns. No one. That's crazy.
When Josh Allen turns it on, I mean, he's the MVP, the reigning MVP of the league MVP of the league for a reason. He is the Josh Allen. He's the guy to bring Buffalo back to prominence, despite it not happening yet. I mean, it has, but they haven't won a Super Bowl. Yeah, I don't know. Like at this point, because we have the Colts after, and so the question becomes: do you throw Davis Mills to the Wolves here and just say, "CJ, let's get ready for the Colts"? We have an admirable defense. Jonathan Taylor is just gonna kill you, and it's one of those things where it's inevitable. Like as good as our run defense is, he's gonna come to town. Oh no, we're gonna go to their town, and he's just gonna run. And you have to deal with the fact that he's gonna get 150, 200 plus yards for that game. And that's just the inevitability of Jonathan Taylor this season. So maybe just say, Davis, go out there, try your best. Maybe CJ is available and ready. And so if it looks like, hey, they can't score. They can't score at all. But if it's like 24-10 at the end of the first half, maybe you go, okay, see how their defense is or how their offense is playing. But I don't know. I don't know if I can make that call because it's like, what do you want from this game? Like if you're D'Amico Ryans, what do you want from this game? Obviously you want a W, but it's like, hey, this is the Bills. We take the L, but we go on next week. The Colts more refreshed, ready to go with that experience, with that CJ leading us back out. So I don't know. So
my answer to my own hypothetical is, I have Davis Mills out there, but CJ Stroud easily puts us in a better position to win, regardless. Like, straight up, he's a better quarterback than Davis Mills. Let's not get tripped. I was just poking the beehive. But I don't know if I want to risk my franchise quarterback by rushing him back on a short week. Yeah, sure, he was out this week, but 2.5 weeks for a concussion, or a week and a half for a concussion, I want him well rested and make sure he's good to go, because if you bring him too early back from a concussion, he's more susceptible to getting a worse concussion or another concussion. It's just, you're not actively trying to lose, of course. No one's ever actively trying to lose. I don't want to just be like, well, no game plan, don't win. I just don't want to risk the franchise for a Thursday night game against the Bills, who admittedly doesn't have a good defense, but, people get hurt all the time against bad defenses. So I don't want to risk the franchise for a Thursday night game, non-conference,
non-division.
Division. Thank you. Non-division game. Like if it was Thursday night against the Colts, I'd say, yeah, we kind of have to. But No, I want to. I'm very okay with Davis Mills going 2-1 for 3 games worth of relief for CJ Stroud. I'm more than ecstatic. He went 2-0. You just want to tread water when you have your backup in. I'm okay with this loss. Doesn't mean I want to lose. I'm talking in circles, but I don't want to risk the franchise for this.
To kind of transition quickly to the Broncos and Chiefs, it adds an extra layer to this because right now the Texans are above the Chiefs in any sort of in the hunt. And so it is true that every game matters. Now, again, it's week 12 we're going into, so we have a while to go. And this is, again, I think this is last week. Every team controls their own destiny, basically, except there are teams that maybe don't, but like at the same time, yes, you do. You can win. You can win out. If you, and seeing how the Chiefs play with penalties, they snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. They did a great job of that, which there is something to be said, and maybe I'll expand on this at some point, how last season the Chiefs could, in close games, were winning every single game. They were killing it. That was like, we hated them for that reason, is that it'd be a one-score game, and then somehow win at the end, even though maybe the other team had the ball or whatever. This season is the complete opposite, where they cannot win a one-score game to save their life. And so part of me thinks, yes, you put David, concussions are bad, as we talked about with Jackson Dart last week. Jameis, you tried your best. The concussions are bad, and you don't want them. And if he's not ready, he's not ready. Like you don't want to mess with his brain at all. But if he is ready, you go, maybe we got to try to win this game. Because it keeps the pressure on the Chiefs, keeps pressure on everyone in the hunt. Get that wild card spot. You go into the Colts. Maybe the Colts are not playing as well. Maybe the fact that you had this great defense helps a lot. And then you go in there. Maybe CJ has a good game. He is able to have good games. Now Nick Caley obviously hates when that happens because again he does not like to call good games, much like Sark, and which we'll get to later. I don't know. It's a weird hypothetical, like not weird, but like a good weird hypothetical to pose. If you're the Texans, what do you say? And given the context of everything around you, again, with the Chiefs looking bad, with the Broncos, Broncos had the AFC West. I'm calling it again. I called it in the beginning. I'm calling it again. There was a little issue there for a second.
It's not going to be the Chargers. I had that written down. Chargers are. Yeah. I think you're done.
It's not going to be the Chiefs. The Chiefs, I think, they're not done, but they're not undone. If that makes sense. Like they're not gonna win the division. They're gonna win a wild card at best right now. They're 5-5 with 7 games on their schedule to go. Who knows if they're gonna pull out all of those, especially with the way they're looking. I did see a Chiefs fan tweet. Here's the man who's ruining the prime use of Patrick Mahomes. And crazy tweet. That person should be banned from having thoughts for the next 10 years. There's something I like to say, and we'll talk about it maybe quickly in college football about people who actually hate college football. What they like is their brands. They like brands. They like helmets. That kind of goes for Chiefs fans as well. As they don't actually like football. They like winning. And everyone likes winning. I like winning. You like winning. If you're in football, you like winning. If you're in esports, anything in life, you like winning. But at the same time, we can watch the World Series, you and I. As someone who maybe we don't love the Dodgers for tax reasons, and we don't love the Blue Jays, but we can say like, hey, this is actually, we have some games in the World Series that are really good. And we don't need our team. Like the Dodgers fans, I don't think would feel the same way. And the thing goes for Chiefs fans where it's like, I don't think you actually like football that much. You're not like a person who's been there from the beginning. You've been there since the Mahomes dynasty. And it's really infuriating to see. And it's annoying as someone who, again, has to watch my team barely beat the Titans. Now, again, I'm still eating well compared to some other franchises here. I'm not the Browns. I'm not going to mention the names again, but I'm not the Browns having dual quarterback issues there. But at the same time, it's not like I'm like, oh, wow, the Texans, you mean the greatest football team in the century? I'm like, of the 32, they're at least 27 in the past beginning of the century. So I don't know. I hate it, but all that to say, Chiefs not looking great. They need to get their penalties in order. They need to get their special teams in order, and their O-line needs to get in order. But I don't know if that's actually going to happen because it's kind of late in the season at this point.
Or it doesn't, and we're all don't have to deal with the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Because the Chiefs have the playoff magic too, where they will just get in the playoffs.
It does not matter what they look like going into it. They can just turn it on and just be a Super Bowl caliber team if they make the playoffs. Mahomes is just that special. There's no denying it. It does not matter. The coach, Andy Reid, is that good of a coach. If you give him a chance, they're going to squeeze it for all it's worth. So don't give him a chance. Keep him out of the playoff. Come on, AFC. We can be the heroes.
It's the survive in advance. All you have to do is survive in advance. And Chiefs are really good at doing that, which is why they've won 1,000 Super Bowls, it feels like. Quickly, just on Buffalo, Tampa Bay. How do I say this? Sometimes Buffalo looks really, really good and gets my hopes up. Because, again, as we are Josh Allen lovers, not just respecters, we are lovers. I'd kiss that man if I could. And every once in a while I get this hope that it's finally going to happen for them. Finally going to do it. And I just know it's going to let me down. And honestly, that's okay. As long as it's not the Chiefs this time. But I never I saw people saying they're the AFC favorites again. I'm like, I don't know if that's true. I need at least 2 games in a row where I feel like you can at least play the football well. At least your defense can hold up. So I don't know. I don't know if you have any other thoughts on any of the games this weekend.
I don't have thoughts on any of the games, but I do have an interesting blind resume for you.
Okay.
Except it's the opposite of a blind resume. It's kind of like a blind future.
Okay.
All right. You might need a pen and paper for the information.
I got
just
one.
To keep track of Team A and Team B.
Okay. Damn it.
Team A and Team B. They are in the same division.
Okay.
One is 6-4. One is 5-5. Team A is 6-4. Mm-hmm. So Team B is 5-5. Team A's schedule is Bears. Remaining schedule: Bears, Bills, Team B, Dolphins, Lions, Browns, Team B. Team B's schedule: Jets, Bengals, Team A, Bengals, Patriots, Packers, Team A. Whose schedule do you like more than that? Who do you think wins that division? Because they are first and second place in the division, and I will tell you after you pick.
I feel like this is AFC North, maybe. Can you give me the A schedule just real quickly again?
Well, it is the AFC North because.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry. Team A schedule is Bears, Bills, Team A, or Team B, Dolphins, Lions, Browns, Team B.
Oh, okay. I was going to say Team A here.
So you think the Steelers, with a 1-game advantage, will win the AFC North?
I didn't write down on TV schedule, so I'm trying to think through this.
Team B. Okay, so the Ravens have the Jets,
yes,
the Bengals, the Steelers, the Bengals, the Patriots, probably an L, the Packers, who don't look good.
Never mind.
And then the Steelers again. I think the Ravens win the AFC North.
Hearing that, B is B all the way. Because you're looking at, you got the Lions, you got the Dolphins can be sneaky sometimes. The Bills, they can show up and they still show up and still like contenders. If you're playing Ravens at home, not gonna be an easy game. Aaron Rodgers may be out for a second, if not for a longer than that.
They started 1-5, Jordan. They can win their division. That's how crazy and the Ravens are looking better and better on offense and defense. They're looking better and better. They got all their shit out of the way and they are just ready to roll for this. Harbaugh has them playing well.
Yeah,
Harbaugh has them winning games.
Yes. Okay, it's Ravens, which is like, what a weird division we're looking at. Just an ass. This is not even like a battle of mid, just an ass division. Because you got the Bengals and the Browns in there too. Yeah, I think Ravens have that. And I don't know how long Rodgers is going to be out for. And you have Flacco, obviously, but like, Or no, Flacco's on the Bengals. Who's your back for the Steelers? Is it
Mason Rudolph? This is your starting AFC quarterbacks for next week on paper. Mason Rudolph, Joe Flacco, Shador Sanders, and Lamar Jackson.
So like one of these is not like the other.
One of these is not like the other.
One of these is actually really not like the other. It's actually Joe Flacco because he's above retirement age. No, that's what an insane division. If you're in the AFC North as like a fan, do you ever just wake up and go like, wow, I don't know if I love football anymore. I feel like my passion has died a little bit.
No, I think it's the opposite. I think they're so fueled by hatred of the other teams in the division that they fucking love football, and it's the way to say fuck you to that entire city. I love this. Yeah, no, it's the Ravens, by the way, all the way. Looking at the Steelers schedule, looking at them down to their quarterback, even though the Ravens have Lamar and they look better. That's all you got to do is look better. All you got to do is get hot down the stretch. And if you're in the AFC South, the AFC North, much like the NFC South, sometimes you just got to outrun the other guy running from the bear. Mm-hmm. And that bear, of course, is not going to make it in the playoffs. It's like how we talk about the group of five. Like someone from the AFC North technically has to make the playoffs, but do we want them to? It's like the ACC. Like, do we want them to? Is it good for football that we let that happen? So I'm actually become an SEC guy, but for every other division other than the AFC North. Dang, that's gonna be a fun race to watch. Huh? So I have nothing else on we can talk about more, but we want to get into college football a little bit before our time expires. Talk about A&M. Can I say this now, Brian? They're gonna win the Natty. And you go, Jordan, what are you talking about? And that was disaster. Crazy.
It's not even about the comeback, Brian. It's actually not even about football that much. It's about the Herculean efforts and tests given to the A&M fan base over the past 2 years. That makes me go, oh, this is all testing to make sure they are a pure soul for the national championship. Imagine with me, you're arch rival, the one you have sing songs about, that they barely care about your existence for the past 10 years. They have Oklahoma, who we'll talk about in a second. Imagine they come into your division that you've been claiming for years and almost win the division in the championship game, or not division, the conference championship game. The next year, you start off amazingly. You get some tests here and there. And then South Carolina, who you lost to last year, comes to town. And at halftime, I think it was 33 at halftime?
30-3.
And at some point you're like, this of course is going to happen. This is going to happen. Like it always happens. I say they're going to lose to Texas all the time. Well, I'll change my tune. But of course it's South Carolina of all teams. The sneaky team that just is always there to ruin someone's parade.
I swear they cover way more often than most teams.
Yeah.
They're always underdogs, but I don't think they ever cover a favorite spread, but they cover underdog spreads like motherfuckers.
No, they always show up in games like this. With that said, you're an A&M fan. You've been this entire season, you've been like, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Waiting. You're like, it's coming. It's around the corner. And it still hasn't. Even after, I will say this, in the first half, not a single A&M player made the right decision. And everything they did. It was genuinely crazy to watch. On defense, they would miss tackles, miss coverages. Not a single one of them made the right decision. Marcel Reed, I'm not sure he was playing soccer. Like he did not understand the game of football as a concept. Every wrong decision was made. And they come in for the second half and just look so much, blow them out of the water. Where not only do they not score a point, they give up 28 points, South Carolina does?
4 touchdowns.
At some point, I go, this is a Herculean test. You're fighting the Chimera, and the Chimera is battered Aggie syndrome. Chimera is all this history, and this brings me no joy to say they're going to win the national championship because they're being tested as a fan base, and the football gods have determined their souls are pure, which is something I never thought I'd say about any A&M fan whatsoever. But that is my analysis of A&M South Carolina.
Okay, Jordan, close your eyes. Close your eyes. You are, I think it's mid-January. You're sitting on your couch.
Okay.
You hear the college football national championship theme play.
Okay. Do I have to hear Kirk Herbstreit, or can I turn that off after?
No, you can.
Okay, cool.
They had mute audio. For mute spoken audio.
Okay.
Ohio State, Texas A&M taking the field. Who do you want to win that game, and who do you think wins that game?
I mean, honestly, I want G to send the nuclear bombs. I feel like it's the best option for everyone involved. Honestly, A&M wins that game. Yeah. A&M wins that game. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. A&M wins that game. And I've been very clear. I'm a big Ohio State fan. Not a fan. I believe in them. But I've watched enough Ohio State, and maybe it's because Ohio State really hasn't played really anyone. And we'll keep that quiet. But like every time I see A&M play, it is some new mess they've gotten themselves into that they get out of.
It is the Donald Trump tweet.
Yeah. I'll watch old Donnie wiggle his way out of that one. Oh, never mind. He's done it again. No, like A&M, I truly, honestly believe in A&M a way I do not believe in any other team. And it is weird to say that, given the years of hatred, subtle hatred, outside hatred. But yeah, I want G to send the nuclear bombs? Yes, I do. But at the same time, I think in that scenario, A&M's your national champion.
Who did you want to win again?
Who did I said I want G to send the nuclear bombs.
That's right.
That's who I want to win. Who I think would win, and like honest to God, without any sort of analysis in my head, just watching the product on the field, it's A&M.
Oh my God, I think I agree. No. I don't know. But here's the thing. Ohio State plays Rutgers this week, so we don't know. And then they play Michigan in their final week that they can't beat. My answer is Indiana.
Honestly, Kurt Cignetti, go win your national championship. You deserve it at this point. But even if it's Indiana A&M, I'm still choosing A&M.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I told you, I think we went through it a couple weeks ago, maybe last week. The top three, I'm like, they're kind of interchangeable. The Indiana, Ohio State, A&M, realistically, just from purely product.
It's just who has a better day that day.
Yeah. It truly is who's going to have the better day that day. Purely from product on the field. And I hate to say this, Mike Elko's a really good coach, and I hate to say that.
I don't hate to say that. He's the one part of the team that I like.
Well, he's now
of Notre Dame fame and then Duke fame.
The hatred has been imputed to him now. As much as he seems like a great coach and a wonderful human being who's done it, again, quote unquote, the right way to going to the Power 4 school. His hate's been imputed. You can't get away from the stink. You're rolling the filth as well. But yeah, no, A&M, dang it. A&M might be your national champion, which will kill people in Austin, Texas, who, by the way, may I say something? Brian, can I speak a little crazy talk to here? Can I speak a little Warby Parker to you?
I think a white boy can get a little crazy.
A white boy, not wearing Warby Parker, but spiritually, probably I am. Because Arch Manning's not the problem. He's not great. I'm not going to sit here and say he's going to win you a Heisman. He's not going to be the first overall pick. But watching Texas, Georgia, he's not the problem. Texas scored one singular more point than it had penalties in the game. And there's a ton of yards as well, plus the drops. And again, Arch Manning, I think he still has some throwing issues. He underthrows. He throws. He looks more like a Manning when he throws now. I will say that. The O-line giving up 3 sacks, which you just can't do that in that big of a game. It just doesn't feel it. And Sark also, the run game just after the first half of the first quarter, he has Stockholm syndrome with Quinn, I don't know what he has, but he just forgets the run game even exists. And he just stops doing it. And Texas becomes one-dimensional as a team. There are so many, you watch and there are not a ton of play action passes, there are a few play action passes. And every time it's what's the point? He's not going to run the ball. Maybe once in a blue moon. And so I think they had 1.4 yards to carry. It just stalled out. And so as much as I think Arch is maybe not helping the problem, I don't think he is the whole problem, nor should Texas fans be blaming him. If anything, you should be blaming Sark.
So is that your solution? Move on from Stark?
I mean, I'd love for him to stay forever if this is how they play, as a certified hater. I mean, I don't know what the solution is. The solution right now is Texas looked better last year. It was that Quinn. Was it other factors? I think it was other factors. And Quinn, when Quinn was on, Quinn was on. When Arch is on, I'm not even sure I've ever seen that before. So I don't think Arch is the problem, and I don't think there's anything you could like. There's no quick fix this season. It's just not going to happen. Texas is out of the playoffs. Even though Kirk Herbstreit was like, this is how Bernie can still win. It's like, well, no, they lost 3 games. Let's keep them out of the playoffs for a second. Two lost Alabama is still going to make the playoffs probably, which we'll talk. I have a rant about the AP poll very quickly. But it's just, it's not Arch. As much as Arch is a problem, he's not the problem, and there are other issues going to be fixed beforehand who would help him. So I don't know. I just happy to see Texas. I mean, there can never be 2. There must always only be 1. Texas or Texas A&M. What's the college fund that Texas has? Your tax dollars go to Texas and Texas A&M.
Sure.
No. There's like an actual. No, there's an actual fund. The Texas Constitution that takes money from the tax funds to fund A&M and UT. They get literal money from the taxpayer.
So we're contributing to Texas and Texas A&M's NIL fund.
Correct. Exactly correct. And also when you buy gas, you do the same thing. So it's have you ever seen it's the cycle or whatever? It's like you pay Social Security and Social Security pays boomers who then go pay cruises. And that's like it's like I pay sales tax, which then goes to A&M and U2 to pay for Lamborghinis for guys who are going to play shittily on the field. Or if you're in A&M's case, play well on the field. And then whenever UH ask for an ounce of money for my NIL fund, they're like, go fuck yourself, actually. Go kill yourself. You dumb fucking public institution, even though they are too, which I think we have a fund now, but that's beside the point. But yeah, no, that's your civics lesson for the day. You literally, every time you go pay for something, you're helping with every time you pay property taxes on your house, you're helping a little. I know, you're helping a little bit out to the A&M and UT. So I'm actually a constant objector now. I don't pay tax for sports reasons, not for based on hate pills. Brian, do you have any more thoughts on college football? Because I know Notre Dame and Pitt happened.
I just have a quick one, and then we'll get to your AP, and then we can wrap it up. Jeremiah Love is officially in Heisman contention in the Heisman discussion. I think he's like 7 or 8 right now. I think he might be up to 5. But holy shit, is he good? And I hope he finishes the season out real strong. We have Syracuse and then we have Stanford. So, I mean, that might be 400 yards between those 2 games for him. And I hope he does it. And I hope we somehow skirt into the Heisman race because it'd be cool to have another Heisman winner at Notre Dame. But you told me you have a wonderful rant about the AP poll.
Just quick question for the AP poll voters. Are you guys fucking with us? Like, are you messing with us? Because I got to see the AP poll this week. And by the way, winner of the AP poll, the bye week was UH, who's back in top 25. Good for us. We're playing Baylor this week, which will be fun. And then, or is it TCU this week in Baylor? I think it's TCU then Baylor, which again, we can post a graphic of, polls, AP polls. It's like basketball and football. But why is 2 loss Alabama above by 1 place, but it's still above 1 loss BYU, whose loss is against Texas Tech? Now I know competition's different, but like, let's stop yanking each other's chains a little bit here. It's just the most ridiculous. Like, again, the AP poll objectively does not matter and has not for how many ever years we had the playoffs. At the same time, it's like, can you guys be a little serious? Like, you're being a little silly right now. I don't like saying, and let's say the same guys, there are guys who look at that and go like, see, I'd rather actually a 3-loss Texas in the playoff than a 1-loss Texas Tech. Like, I actually hate you. You genuinely hate football because like maybe it is a quote unquote better game to protect. It's not gonna be a better game if you put Texas in there over Texas Tech. We watched Texas. We watched Texas versus Georgia. By the way, Kirby Smart, best halftime jester of all time. Not all time, but right now in the game. That's my quick hot take. But yeah, I just don't understand their thought process. I can't wait for them to be obsolete. They are obsolete, and I hope they know it. Just like the Baseball Writers of America, they are dweebs. That's all I had on football, college football. Quick college basketball note if you're down. Remember when I said Auburn's not to be worried about? And you were like, Jordan, don't do this again. You did this last year. And I'm like, SEC's not to be worried about. So Auburn UH played this weekend. It was quite the game, as in I was on pins and needles for a lot of it. Now, maybe it's not clear. They'll get mad at me for saying this, but who cares? They live in Alabama. Auburn fans are really pissy about the fact that Auburn lost. Now, was there a question, maybe a question, no, non-call at the end? Yeah, it was 73-72 at the final score. Yes. Did one of your players get hurt? One of your key players get hurt? Yes. Did you also shoot like 25 free throws? Yes. Was the free throw differential pretty significant? Also, yes. Did the freshman of UH win the game for UH? Also, yes. And so pretending like this is some cosmic injustice, when again, believe they're SEC referees. And so this is not like some bias like Big 12 bias or ACC bias or whatever. I'm like, okay, let's calm down a little bit. Let's think with our brains. If you maybe shot a couple more free throws correctly, you would have won. Now, that's not to say that there were other issues. Again, UH had two guys, their two bigs foul out. It happens, especially in a close contested game. I will always say SEC refs call games much more closely and physically than like a Big 12 ref does. And that kind of is a problem when it comes to March Madness. Because like you'll hear that a lot during a Big 12 game, and in an SEC game, they're more willing to call that. All that said, just quickly, Bruce Pearl, you understand, he was in the stands, walking down the steps, yelling. I mean, that's got to be a top 10 reason to retire. Like, I understand that, maybe you retire to run for senator and run against Paul Feinbaum, but it's really cool to be in the stands, walking down, being able to yell at the refs for your son after what you believe was, I don't really think it was a bad no call. It was really, don't fight me on that. But it should have been a call either way. But given how they're shooting free throws, maybe it wouldn't have mattered. All that said, UH won. We're 4-0, and we're number one in the AP poll, which I don't like because I prefer to be 2 or 3. Also, Kingston Flemings, I get it. First couple games, I was like, oh, I kind of like this guy. I saw him in person against Oakland. Like, I get it. He did a no-look assist. I was like, okay, he's 18. Yeah, he's going to go places. He's awesome. That's all my notes from this week. Actually, I don't know if you want to talk about baseball. We can talk about that on Thursday, given the MVP race and also the Chandler Rome tweet, which I thought was fucking hilarious.
What was the Chandler Rome tweet?
So the Rangers and Astros writers, none of them voted for Cal Raleigh to win the MVP. And so I think they were Mariners fans and others were coming at Chandler Rome. He's like, I'm not a fan. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about games or something like that. It's like, good for you, Chandler Rome. Stick up for yourself. So we'll talk about like the implication of that. It was Shohei and Judge again. They're going to reign over our lives for the next 20 years. But this is probably what it was like to watch Babe Ruth be like, oh, I remember when Shohei Ohtani played. And they're like, okay, Grandpa, 6'7". I'm like, oh, 6'7". I'm almost 30. All right, Brian. Anything else from you?
No, that'll be it.
All right. Where can the people find you?
You can find me across all social medias at Auric Polaris, AURICPOLARIS. We've almost got done with Pico Park 2 on Saturday. We got to finish that up at another point. Elden Ring on Thursday. And that's about it for me. Jordan, where can the people find you?
Find me at Jordan Stotts on Twitter and on Moonstamp Sports across all platforms. X, didn't say Twitter. X, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you listening. Please like, share, subscribe, rate, whatever you can do on whatever platform you're listening to, and we'll see you on Friday.
Peace and love.